I've always had this really strong sense of self. Even as a little girl, I always knew, oh, I want to wear this. Oh, I want to look like that. Oh, I want to feel like this. So as time goes on, and I don't know, there are those weird moments in a girl's life where you feel those pressures to do this or that, or you're unsure, or you're insecure. And I felt that way a lot throughout, my journey as an artist, especially through making this album. So I think it was important to always come back to that kind of quiet place of how do I feel? How do I interact with my music and the people around me? And how does that reflect in me as a person and my music and what I wear? And I think it's a lifelong journey figuring out who you are and how to maintain that inner compass to be able to stand firm and empowered in who I am. As I get older, things just get more complicated and crazy. So being more thoughtful and intentional about making sure I call people and check in and I don't know, make sure I show up for people is gonna be really important. Especially me moving from Chicago to LA, I'm not around family as much as I used to be. So making sure I call my grandma once a week and talk to my mom is really crucial for me to stay connected.
Checking my stuff.
How you know I was looking at your Netflix?
They call it trolling, right?
You keep starting all those Indian movies and don't finish them.
You know why? Because I start watching them and then there's a lot of dancing. And I'm trying to follow the story and then they bust out dancing, so I just click it off,
My mom is my best friend in the whole world. Anybody who knows me knows Angie. We are like this. I think her having me at such a young age made us almost grow up together in a way, and we're learning things together and teaching each other things. So she will always be my confidant, my ride or die, my best friend. A big part of why I'm here today and I'm able to be as confident and loud and proud as I am is because I have a mom behind me that's loud and prouder.
Hey yo, let me hear that shit, cuz. Ain't that the vibe? You all in my comments, but I don't wanna commit. It'd be suicide if we ever close to the pit. Get the picking us apart on some rotisserie shit. Now I'm officially pissed. I'm in your city, dressed up silly, too good. Damn, bro. They're about to go crazy. There's that hating shit right there. Give me a freak that's a friend. You're meant to lie. Complications, I can't wait another night.
I think naturally the community feels different because I'm in a completely different city, but there's still that key essence of what we did in Chicago, between me, Monty Booker, John Doe, Saba, Smino. The essence of what we cultivated there is here too, and I think a major part of me being able to land my feet here has been having that community to cling to.
Let me see that.
You gotta see. Okay.
You always got like
Hey, Ravyn, hey, tell the people, man, what you just dropped today, man. What snippet was that?
What up, Josh?
Come on, you know what you dropped.
Anti.
She said, Hey, tell the people.
Yeah.
Your battery finna die, but tell the people. What time is it though? You can't see you because
It's
the
RL time.
RL season, man. Y'all know what time it is, man.
Yeah. I will say that there have been moments where I've felt that pressure of, oh, it's taking me too long, people are gonna forget, no one's gonna care anymore. But then having to kind of come back to myself and think, you know, if this is the best work I can do, if I take as much time as I need to, and it's as good as I know it can be, then the time in between won't matter. And I am a big believer in having power in silence and in stillness. And I think I wanted to take that route a little bit more and see what it was like to step back and really hone in on my music and get to know myself a little bit more so that the music reflects that. I knew approaching this album, I wanted to branch out a little more as far as what producers to work with, and I did some sessions here and there, and I don't know, I feel like it's just really rare when you find those special people that you connect with that are almost like my musical brothers, my musical twin flames in a way. So I like to think as Monty as that, as Steve. I don't know, I just feel like they really understand me and help me and challenge me in ways that, you know, a lot of people don't. So I find myself clinging back to them sometimes, but I had an amazing time working with Kaytranada for the first time. He's so lively and fun. Yeah, I love working with him, and I hope to keep working with him. But also being able to come back after so much time and work with Monty, who I started music with, has been really special for me, and to see how much we've grown and how much he's grown as a producer even, you know, he sounds completely different from when I first met him, but I think we both still have that underlying sense of identity with each other that we can really bond over. This process was very different from Crush for me. I feel like I took the role of curator a little bit more with this, only because there were so many moving parts and different producers, and I almost had to grow up in a way where I had to be vocal about certain things and very firm about things that I hear, things that I want. You know, there's so many times me and Monty bumped heads about production and me thinking the bass sound bad, and he's like, the bass doesn't sound bad. I'm like, but it does. And so we go through that, and I went through that with Steve, and I don't know, I think through this process, I've kind of planted my feet a little bit more in who I am, and then being able to communicate with my brothers in that way. I don't know, kind of established a level of respect between all of us. So, yeah. I was a little nervous about coming out with an animated me as my first visual, just because I haven't gone for so long, and I know my fans, and I know they were gonna be like, this is weird, but here for it. And that's what the response was. But I also want to make sure that I'm never too predictable. I don't want my fans to feel like they know exactly what I'm about to do next, and I take pride in that, and I want to always make sure that I'm molding myself and reshaping and challenging myself in a way, because I don't know, I feel like you can't ever box me in, you can't ever name me, because I'm not one singular thing. think there's two sides of Ravyn. Three. I think there is the funky, upbeat Ravyn. I think there is the somber, more delicate, sweet Ravyn. And then there is the up-tempo, sweating, glitter, glitz Ravyn. And I wanted to make sure I hit on the sweaty, up-tempo Ravyn on this project because as much as we need music that makes us emotional and it makes us feel, we need music that makes us jump and laugh and sprint and MIA and ecstasy feel like that for me. So having that balance of, I don't know, up tempo and 4 on the floor makes us feel something as people. Yeah. I think my mind was just fixated on this being my moment. This being my moment for a big full-length project, and I couldn't think otherwise about that. And I don't know if that's an intuition thing, if that's this feeling of being on the brink of something, but the idea of putting another smaller project out was not okay with me. I don't think it was okay with my fans either. So I knew it was time for me to really boss up in a way and really hone in on who I am and my work and accept the challenge of making a full project. I think in a way it's easy to hide behind smaller projects, and I knew it would take a lot more work, a lot more thoughtfulness, a lot more challenges with this that I shied away from in the past, but I think now was the time for me, and I didn't want to run away from it. Don't let me go.